Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us today. On our program is Tom Grinde, who is the VP of Sales at Telco Depot. Hello, Tom.
Well, good morning, Rich. Thank you for having me here today.
We're thrilled, delighted. You've got a relatively new company. We always love to hear about new entrants in the telecom and technology space and what made them decide to launch. So tell us about the company, how it started, what it does.
Sure. Well, there's two general partners in the business. Ron Bregman, who's been in the industry for a lot of years. A lot of people know him as the CEO of Tehrani. Yaron Ram is the other principal partner. He was an engineer at Intertel and those kinds of companies for Executone primarily for a lot of years. So these are guys that know phone systems. I've run sales and marketing channels from people like ComDial, Allworks, Tehrani. So all of us have been in the industry 25, 30 years or more. It's 32 years for me. I hate to admit that, but we're getting old. But markets change. And what happened was Ron presented an idea to myself and to Yaron, a year ago January. We're sitting in the Landmark Diner. We're having breakfast.
That's in Great Neck, Long Island.
Yeah, that's a Great Neck. Yeah, it's a wonderful place.
Yeah, I've
wonderful
been there a few
place.
times.
They got a brand new two-story place, so come see it again.
Okay.
But anyway, we're sitting there, and he says, "I've got an idea that's going to change things." And I said, "Okay, let's listen. First of all, our children are buying products differently than the way we did, and they're using the internet. People are not going to go and buy phone systems the way they always have. Secondly, the SMB space is underserved. The big resellers, when times are great, they're focusing on the medium to large enterprise. Okay? The small guys, yes, they deal with the small businesses, but they have a hard time affording the level of expertise that a lot of these small, particularly professional services type of businesses, the 2-3 lawyer office, that they want. Okay? So he says, we're going to sell systems over the internet direct to end users.
Right.
And I told him he was absolutely nuts. Okay? Went back home, thought about it for 2 weeks, called him up. I said, meet me at the Landmark. All right? And the whole idea of Telco Depot grew out of that. And we launched this company formally later that year, and we went online August 9th, actually, of 2009. So we're a little over 1 year online now. We sold our first system in September.
Wow.
Now I got to tell you, as a guy that's used to selling millions and millions of dollars worth of stuff, to sit there for a month and not have any sales is enough to make you crazy. And you're kind of going, what are we doing here?
The startup mentality is a little bit different than the established business, right? It really is. That's a challenge.
Yeah, you open that desk drawer and you look in the filing cabinet and all the folders are empty. That's a scary thought, okay, to address in the morning. But knock on wood, it's grown tremendously. Through the first 12 months, we've sold 300 phone systems, if you can imagine.
Wow.
The typical small dealer selling 4 or 5 systems a month. We're doing it with a fairly low number of people, but they're good people, they're well trained.
Sure.
And we're training them in a couple different areas. We're training the basics of telephony. That's the first thing that any new employee gets at Telco Depot. What is a telephone line? What is a POTS line? Okay? So we go through the POTS lines, T1s, PRIs. They understand what they are.
Right.
Then we go into phone systems. What do they do?
Right.
Small end users. A phone is something that you sit on the desk, you pick it up, and you just have dial tone.
Right.
They don't know where it comes from. They don't know how it gets there.
Right.
They don't know how it's supposed to work for all intents and purposes. So we want our guys to be able to educate the customer. Then we go into the data side. We teach them about what is a local area network, how does the cable infrastructure work, how does the wide area network work, where does the internet come from, okay? What happens when you're talking to, sending an email back and forth. Then finally, we go into what are the business needs. An office of professionals, their needs are a lot different from a retail office or an office of people who are doing a high number of traffic calls. Domino's Pizza doesn't use the same feature set that a law office or insurance office does.
So that last piece helps them figure out what product is right for the customer.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Exactly. That is exactly the case. Now, what we do with our website is a little bit different in the sense that you're not going to find a traditional shopping cart.
Okay.
When you come to Telco Depot, you're going to find information on water phone systems, water lines.
Right.
Okay? What is the difference between a digital TDM-based system and an IP system? What is the difference between line appearances and call appearances on a PBX? So we explain all these kinds of things. Even if you're reading through a product and you see a term, it's going to be underlined, just hover over it, and it's going to pull up the definition of that term. So we're not killing people with the jargon. Okay?
Right.
We're trying to make it easy for the layman to understand.
And once they've got that information, is there a shopping cart that they can
There
fill
is
out?
a shopping cart, but
Because there's 300 sales, right? So I'm trying to understand how they were made.
well, there's 300 systems. There's
300
like
systems.
1,000 orders.
Oh, okay.
Because we're selling headsets,
Oh,
and we're
right,
selling
sure, sure.
all kinds of other peripherals. So there's lots of customers, but 300 systems is a lot for us.
Sure.
You know, but if you look at our site, one thing you're going to notice that's also there is you're going to see our phone number, not just an 800 number, but our local number. We're in Bayshore, New York. We're proud of that. Okay? We're on Long Island. We want people to see they're buying from people. You're going to see our pictures everywhere, our names everywhere, videos everywhere, so that when people come to our site, they go, wow, I see names. And when they call and they get my voice, they say, you're the guy on the video. I never expected to talk to you.
That's great.
We answer our phones live, for instance.
So I'm a small business, and
Yep.
I'm watching this video, and I'm thinking about calling. What's give me the 30-second on why that person should call before they buy a phone system.
Well, the people who are buying a phone system today, want to know, is that system going to do the things I need it to? Okay? What is my business model? These are guys at Telco Depot who can understand communications enough to help. A lot of people sell things online, okay? Staples maybe is a good example. You call Staples, you chat with Staples. Hey, I want to buy a 4-line phone. Great. Part number is X, color is black. Well, will it work with call waiting? Yes. Part number is X, color is black. That's what you get.
Right.
They call us, we help them. So the bottom line is they talk to knowledgeable people, okay? It's amazing the comfort level that establishes with people. We back it up with a 60-day complete money-back guarantee. If we don't do our job right, why should they pay for it? Okay?
So you're doing a lot of the things that the traditional, the term interconnect we used to use in the 80s and
Absolutely.
90s, and it became reseller or solutions provider, channel partner, et cetera, a bunch of different terms now that are sometimes interchangeable, sometimes not, depending on what you're selling. But you're doing it online, and you're doing it via the telephone, so you're doing it remotely. So if I have a choice of going with traditional reseller phone systems, or I have a choice of going with Telco Depot, I can go with you. I have the expertise of a number of well-respected people in telecom. I mean, Ron and others such as yourself have been in the business for a long time and are very well known. The question I have is, do I save? Is that one of the reasons why I would go with you over a traditional reseller? Is that correct, because you have more volume?
That is correct because of volume, but it's also correct because they do a lot of it themselves, okay? Probably 70% or more of our customers are doing complete installation themselves. We pre-program the system for them. We do the database that goes out. It's plug-and-play ready.
So you're cutting the fat out of the process also.
We're cutting the fat.
Right.
And so...
And empowering people through education.
Correct. Through education, but they learn the system now.
Okay.
They learn its features because they've gotten their hands into it.
Sure.
So they make their own changes. When they want to change something, they do it right now. They don't depend on somebody rolling a truck to get it done.
Eventually, with a phone system, something could go wrong, it breaks, something happens.
Sure, and they do.
What happens in those situations?
In those situations, we do advanced replacements. We airship product out to them, usually at our cost, depending on how old it is. If it's in warranty, typically at our cost. The ones that are not emergency replacements, we ship them advanced replacement. And so they get the same levels of service. The difference is they don't have somebody standing there. They want to get training, they use our video, okay? They want to understand, hey, I'm having trouble doing this. They call us on an 800 number or they start a chat, okay? Our salespeople actually are able to do tech support on the low-end systems. That's the level of training we're giving them. So it's not like they're guys that only understand this is what the product does. They get into the nuts and bolts of the product.
That's great.
And it works. It's amazing how well it works.
Well, Tom, thanks for being on the program, and I hope you come visit us again and keep us updated on progress when you get to 1,000 systems, 2,000 systems,
Okay.
etc. So
Very good.
keep it up, and it was great to speak with you today.
Thank you, Rich.